Hey there, guys. I'm bored, but I don't feel like recording anything. So I'm gonna do this thing that I've seen. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's on Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, whatever. It's everywhere. They call it DIY nail polish, and what you do is you take little baked palettes like this. I guess loose pigments would work too, and you crunch them up and stick them into clear nail polish bottles. As always, the pen looks so perfect. Like, it looks like, real stuff you can buy at the store. And then, like, yeah, we'll see about that. I recently saw somebody else do it, and her results were less than optimal, let's say. She's really funny, too. What is her name? Simply Nail Logical. She's really funny. I like her stuff. So I saw her do it, and I figured, screw it, why not me? So, what you need to do is you'll have to get, like I said, little eyeshadow palettes. I got these from the Sally's up the road for like less than $1 a piece. They were in the sale bin. And these are also at Sally's. They're relatively new, at least at the location I go to. I spent like $1.50 on these each. So I got like, what, maybe $5 worth of stuff? So, not that much. And what you're supposed to do is open it up and break it into like little bits and just mix it in there and it makes the thing. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. So give me a second to set up and I'll be with you guys after I scratch my nose in just a second. Hang on. Alright, hopefully I can get this to work. Now what you need to do is you want to do this on a sheet of paper so that you can actually get it into the little bottle. I hope I'm aiming all this correctly. I can't really tell. Yeah, you want to make sure you can get it all into your bottle. So, I've got a little mirror that I use to see what the back looks like, because I don't have one of those fancy cameras with like the little thing you can flip around. So, whatever. Let's do the blue one first, because if I don't use this brown one, I can actually use that for my eyes. I've used blue on my eyes before, and I looked foolish, so. Let's, use our X-Acto knife carefully. See if we can just open this up, because there's like a crack here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's real thin. I think maybe I can just get under there and see if it'll lift up. Well, maybe. Oh, then again, I don't want to stab myself either. At least not on camera. Yeah, that's not accomplishing anything, and all it did was bend the blade. Which is great, because I just bought this. Oh well. So, let's do it this way. Tip it over. Again, hoping this is in frame. Tip it over and just break it apart, I guess. Let's see. There we go, that works. It's a decent shade of blue. It's a shame I look clownish if I try to wear it. I remember back in high school I was like 15. It was around my freshman, sophomore year, so I had to have been like 14, 15. I was with a friend of mine. She was staying the night, and we were doing each other's makeup. And before I got started on her, I think her name was Lisa. I don't entirely remember. Yeah, it was Lisa. She pauses and she goes, "Oh Lord, I'm gonna look like a clown." I'm like, "Girl, I'm gonna beat your ass." Because that's how we talk to each other, like that. So let's smush this up. What do I have that we can smush with? It's a broken ruler. Let's just kind of, there we go. Like, break it into little bits. So it's not too chunky. I didn't see the actual pin. I only saw, the one video on it. And this is just kind of like, let's just wing it and see how it works. So, we'll see how this works. That is a really nice blue. Shame I can't wear it. But anyway, yeah, she said I was gonna make her look like a clown. I'm like, okay. It was funny because I used my foundation on her and she used her foundation on me, and I was like bright orange. It was pretty bad. Alright, so we've got our thing opened up, and it says, from what I remember, we're supposed to like pick up the paper and make like a funnel with it, but I have one. See? I got a little thing. I use this for filling up polish bottles. I've got some liquid latex here for when I do water marbling, and I use this to fill that up. For some reason, it's really hard to find little tiny funnels, and I don't know why. I got these, I've got 2 of these. I got them for, I want to say like $1 a piece at a place called Carolina Pottery, near where my mom lives. So, I guess you can also find them on Amazon, don't know. So let's just, try to, what am I doing? Let's just try to, like, squish this in there, I guess. I don't know. In we go. Okay. Alright, that's the majority of it, so we'll just, keep this here. Get it all in there. Oop, maybe not. That's fine. I don't think we're supposed to use an entire palette anyway, but that's kind of why this is like a, hey, let's see if we can do this, not a, I'm gonna follow directions, because I don't follow directions. I make my own rules. Alright, just rip the head off a Q-tip here so we can use the little stick to stir this up. Okay, this is very messy. I'm glad that I put down some paper, and under the paper I have my Bliss Kiss Simply Neat Miracle Matte, patent pending. I got it on Amazon for like 20 bucks. It's great. It's silicone, whatever it is, and you can use it for stamping, you can use it for all kinds of nail art stuff. So, I've put the matte under the paper because it's just easier to clean. So we're mixing this up, and this may actually work. I think the reason that it didn't work for, I wish I knew her real name, for Nailogical is because she said that she'd used palettes that she'd had for like over 10 years, whereas these are brand new. I just opened them today, so that might be a part of why this looks better. It's like super duper blue. I wonder if I should try to put the rest in there. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can put the rest in there now. I'm gonna be like all kinds of making a mess. Alright, let's see. Oop. Here we go. Blah. Alright. That'll do it. Alright. Got as much in there as we can. I'll just rinse this out in the sink later. Put our little stick back in there and smash it up. I find it funny that the whole thing with the pen is like, oh, you know, make your own nail polish, but you have to buy polish to make polish. But then again, that's not too different from what I'm doing on my own time, so I'll make a separate video about that. Hell, I may even do that tonight. I'm bored enough. Alright, I think that this is blended pretty well. So, let's go ahead and stick the cap in there. That's actually really nice blue. I'm going to be very surprised if this actually works. And it's not like super chunky either. Looks like I broke it up pretty decently in there. So let's go ahead and do the brown one. Let me use a new sheet for that. There you go. Alrighty. Again, hoping that I'm in frame with all this. Yeah. I really should start, like, not scripting, but, like, taking notes of things that I want to talk about before I do these videos. Because I hate just sitting here like, herder, let me just, you know, kind of freeform say what I'm thinking as it comes to me. Because then I wind up doing the, and then like minutes of silence thing, which is annoying. It's funny, I hate the sound of my own voice, and I really don't like looking at myself for long periods of time. But the majority of my time now is spent editing, where I, listen to myself talk and stare at myself for hours on end. I picked an interesting hobby for someone who's, you know, not very, what's the word? Self-loving? Something like that? I don't know. Alright. I would have grabbed some more different colors, but I was already spending like $40 I shouldn't have while I was there, so. You didn't hear that from me! Alright, let's use the other end of our ruler, because the one we used before is blue, and we don't want to mix them. Let's just smash it up here. Cut it into lines. Who dares me to snort the eye powder? No! God, no, please don't do that. Oh my god. You know how once in a while, like every 6 months or so, the local news will have a breaking report on the stupid thing that teens are doing nowadays? And it's always something dumb like, you know, rainbow parties or snorting Smarties or anything like that. Well, the middle school I went to, we didn't snort them. We, I didn't. I tried and I choked, so I didn't try to do it again. But there was a kid I knew who wouldn't snort the Smarties. Like, he would grind them up into a powder, and then he was able to, like, smoke them. It was really kind of cool, but it's not something you want to encourage. Don't do that. Alright. So let's go ahead and mush the brown in there. I'm such a good role model. I'm just doing the random babbling thing again, so just ignore me. Everyone else does. I've made a whopping 17 cents so far doing stuff like this on YouTube. And I know it's not about the money, but at the same time, it's like, really? Come on. Alright, come on. Get off the paper. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. Alright. Let's carefully fold these up so I don't get powder all over the floor. I don't think our vacuum works, or maybe it does and I just don't like using it. It's been so long I've forgotten. I'm just, you know, A+ adult here. Alright, you can see it kind of, let me take the funnel out. You can see it's kind of like floating. You see all that? Weird. Alright, I'm gonna destroy another Q-tip so we can start this. Hang on just a second. Alright, had to start and stop. My camera only records for 30 minutes at a time, and I didn't want to lose any footage. Die, Q-tip. Okay. So again, we'll just smush this in there. The other day, I drove around town, at all the places where I used to go, like, when I was in high school, because if you didn't know, I lived here where I am now before when I was a kid. My dad was stationed near here, and I never thought I'd be back, but then again, I didn't really expect to meet my husband in high school either, so there was that. So I moved back, and I just was driving around yesterday, I think it was? Gosh, I have no concept of time. Like, I have no idea if today is Tuesday or Wednesday or what. What is today? Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, earlier, I was driving around to all the places where I used to hang out when I was a kid here. I drove by one of my friend's old houses, and there's obviously someone else in there because it looks completely different. And it's just so kind of surreal to be back here as an adult, because when we were moving out, I was like, deuces, I'm never coming back here. Never thought I'd be back here, ever. But here I am. So, this brown is interesting too. If this actually works, how am I going to sort these? I know a lot of you didn't watch it, but I've got like that, the thing I do with like my sorting and organization system for all my polishes. I don't know how I would categorize these. Because it's one that I've made, but it's not like a real... I don't know. I'm blabbering. So, let's do the thing! Let's see how they look on my fingers. Let me move my light so you guys can see better. Alright, how's that? Very bright. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 in the gray, 2 in the brown, and 2 in the blue. These are my bare natural nails. I don't have any false acrylics on right now. I did once before. Again, I can't remember if it was Sunday. I put some on like not even a week ago, and because I'm an idiot and I have a tendency to not pay attention, I was working with acetone while I was stamping, and they dissolved away. So I have naked nails again. But, whatever. Alright, so, let's see. Let's do 2 brown. Let's see what this looks like. The brown is kind of thin. Let's see. Yeah, this looks a lot like, you know, like those kind of sheer pearl polishes that look better over black or white. That's what this reminds me of right now. Yeah. It certainly looks cool in the bottle, but I don't know if that'll translate well to actual, like, product? Don't know. Alright, so that's 1 coat of the brown. Let's do 1 coat of the blue. I may not have blended this well enough. It's still kind of chunky. Something else I saw while I was at Sally's, and I know everyone's done one, but I kind of want to do one too. They have the spray paint nail polish stuff from China Glaze, and CG was not the first one to do it, but they're the only one that I can easily get a hold of. Would you guys want to see me do a review of that too? Because I can. I'd like to. Alright, 2nd coat of the brown. I don't even care about trying to be neat with this, because I'm just gonna wipe it away anyway when I'm done. Yeah, I'm not super impressed with this. Alright, 1 more coat on the blue. It's a shame because it's such a pretty color. But it's kind of like, it's very thin. And I don't know if you guys can see, my nails are kind of flat, or at least some of my fingers they are, and I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of like pooling in the corners, because the clear part is so thin. I don't know, I'm not super impressed by this. We'll do a 3rd coat of each just to see, like, if that makes any difference. See, that one looks alright, the pinky. But in order to do that, I had to put on, like, a whole ton at once. Which you don't really want to do, because it'll take forever to dry, and it's not really how you do things. Yep. See, that one looks alright too, but again, I did it real thick. So, I'll do that one more time with the blue. And then I'm going to break and see how long it takes for this crap to dry. I have no idea, but my hopes are not high. Not high at all. It could be a number of things. It could be that the clear coat I decided to use as a base is too thin. It could be all sorts of stuff. But you know how those Pinterest things are. There's like You know how they are. They make the example look perfect, and then you can't do it, and you feel like crap, and you swear not to do it again. But there you are, 3 hours later, with 1,000 new pins. Alright, so while this dries, let's take a look and see what this looks like on the paper. I feel like you guys would get a better idea of how it spreads and how thick it is and all that. So, here's what the blue looks like. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see just how chunky that is. It almost looks like there's, like, I don't know. I'm not super impressed by this. Oh, and it smells funny. Let's see, can you guys see? Yeah, you can see, pretty much. And then there's the brown. I'm going to do right next to it. Yeah, it's pretty sheer. It might have worked better if I didn't get, like, a shiny one. It might have... I've screwed up this finger somehow. I don't know how, but I smudged it, and I have to redo that now. So, let me do that. But yeah, I don't know if it would have worked better if I had done, like, a more matte look eyeshadow or what. But again, so far I am not super impressed by this. I'm glad I only spent $5 getting this stuff together, because if I had done anything more, I'd probably be pretty annoyed. So, like I said, we're going to break and see how long it takes for these to dry. Right now, I think... Oh. No. Yeah, I'd say that's about a minute since I put it on there, and it's still kind of sticky, so I will get back when the stuff is dry and let you know how that works. Alright, it's been like 5 minutes. I wasn't really keeping track. And, it's dry-ish. It's at that point where it's not gonna, like, rub off unless you're forceful with it, but you can still leave, like, a fingerprint in it, so it's kind of tacky. And, yeah, this just... I am really not impressed by this at all. I even took toothpicks and chopped up the larger chunks. I put little... I don't know if you can hear them. I put little mixing balls in the blue one to see if that made a difference. It didn't. So, let's get this crap off my fingers, huh? Now, again, that's not to say that this is a total bust and you shouldn't try it yourself, but just going from my experience, I would not try it again. There are, of course, tons of variables as to why this went wrong. It could have been that I used the wrong kind of eyeshadow. It could have been that I used the wrong kind of clear coat. It could have been that, you know, Horace sneezed on a Tuesday. It could be anything. Alright, it's relatively easy to get off, and this is pure acetone. This stuff. Whoop. Like this that you can get at Walmart for like $2 for a huge bottle. I love this stuff. I'm using that, and it comes off relatively easily. For the most part, let's see how the blue comes. You kind of have to, yeah. Yeah, you see how it builds up in the corners there? Like, if you are, say, you know, babysitting, like, some kids and they want to get a little messy, you know, this would be one thing to do for them. But as far as, like, a actual legitimate thing to do as an adult, like, I would not use this. If I bought something at a store and it was this kind of quality, I would throw it away. I would be really ticked off, because this is just absolute crap. But, you know, killed a couple minutes. This reminds me a lot, again, like I said, of the kind of, what's the word? Like the sheer kind of pearlescent things that you can get. I'm just, you know, repeating myself, as always, but I'm just not super thrilled with this. It reminds me a lot of the nail polishes that come in, like, the makeup kits you get at the Dollar Tree for, like, little kids. You know, it's kind of really thin and chunky and gross. This reminds me a lot of that. And now I'm going to have shiny fingertips for God knows how long. Let me just kind of get that off. Get off, get off, get off. Yeah. Yep, and I think the color might have stained a little bit. But, what can you do? I don't have anybody to impress. It's just y'all. So, thanks for watching. I don't know what this was. I don't even know if I'll upload this. We'll see. I am tired. I need to take a shot. Tori's skipping meals again. I just am out of it. Things have been just way out of control lately. But you're not here to hear me bitch and moan about that. That's what the monthly check-ins are for. Anyway, to end, I would say that this is not a good idea. It's, I feel, a waste of materials. It doesn't come out very well. It's a pain in the butt to get off. And you can see here how it turns out on the paper. It's kind of thin and kind of even chalky. I don't know. I feel like, where's my face? I feel like this was kind of a waste of time, but whatever, it's my time to waste. It is kind of pretty in the bottle, though. Like, it's kind of shiny. I don't know. I might go back and get another blue like that just to use on my face, because I do like that color a lot. Now, as to what I'm going to do with these things, I don't know. I really don't know. I might empty them out and try to save the bottles. I don't know. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go away and eat something. I'm just going to try to find my brain. The lights may be on, but Mr. Brain has long since departed, eh, Baldrick? Bye, y'all.